I need to go live. Okay, boom. We're here. Sam says LLC and transportation. Dope, dope, dope. Raleigh says LLC EIN and apply for the DUNS number and TWIC. Dope, dope, dope. What else? TJ says I have everything but the van. All right, let's make sure I'm good on YouTube. All right, cool. Who is this? Betty. Is nurse retired, full setup, all certificates. Dope. You ready to take action, sis? I love it. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's do this. If you can see me, can you put a one in the chat if you can? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, you can see my screen. All right, dope, dope, dope. Okay, I just want to make sure my chat is open so I can see everyone's response. Why is it doing that? We're about to get started. Just give me 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Okay. If you're ready to get started, go ahead and comment ready. Go ahead and comment ready if you're ready to get started. Welcome, 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 everyone. I am going to be your host. My name is Leela Brown. This is a free medical courier masterclass in 60 to 90 minutes. We're going to learn how to land medical courier contracts and scale your business. Now, just a quick housekeeping rules. Um, I have to say this because this week I had an influx of fake pages acting like me. Know that I'm the only Leela underscore Brown. I'm the only Leela underscore Brown. So if you see any page that looks similar to me, I need you to report them and then block them. Recently, like yesterday, one of the scamming pages came for one of my followers and they paid into whatever they were selling. So please remember, I'm not going to ask for you to pay for anything using Chime, using not DoorDash. What is it? Zelle, Cash App, all of that. So just know that if you see someone acting like me, please make sure that you verify that it is Leela underscore Brown because I'm the only one on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, as well as Pinterest. Now keep in mind, I like to be very transparent. I like to let people know that I got here because I was consistent. So you need to make sure that if you are thinking that you're just going to join this class and then you're going to get results without doing anything, this is not the class for you. This is going to require consistency and commitment. I want you all to understand is that if you don't have a strong why, just with anything that you're doing, you're not going to see the results. So you must have a strong why and be consistent and committed. Go ahead and comment consistent in the chat because that is what we're going to be doing. I want you to take action on all of the information that I dropped to you in this class. Make sure that you have a notebook and a pen because I will be giving you leads. And then make sure that you cancel out all the distractions. Put the kiddos, get them some food. Make sure that you're not scrolling on TikTok. Let's just make sure that you are locked in. And then we will have a Q&A session at the end of the class. So make sure that you stay, as well as if you do have a question, go ahead and pop it in the chat as I'm going through it. If I see it, I will answer it. So make sure that you will be putting the questions in the chat. Will this be recorded? Eric asks. Yes, this will be recorded. If you're inside the school community, the free school community, this community right here, yes, it will be available for you to rewatch it. If you are not, let's do it right now. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you to join the community. Join the community. Why is this doing this? I need a bigger screen. You're welcome, Eric. All right, so let's get started. So before I teach you the methods, I want to share with you some proof. I like to be able to show people, individuals, that it's not just me. It is individuals that has came under my coaching and have taken action. So we have Maureen here. Maureen joined I have another school community. It is a paid school community. Inside of there, she was able to take the information and took action, and she landed her first contract within just a few weeks of joining. I'm talking about an $1,800 a week contract. And if you know me, I'm all about stacking. You want to stack, stack, stack is because that is how you make more money. You're going to make sure that you're stacking so you can make sure that you are getting more money instead of just from one contract. For me, I like to be able to get 2 to 3 contracts or 2 to 3 apps along with it. But if you are able to land your first contract and making such a high amount, $1,800 a week, then you can easily scale it to at least $3,000 a week. Because that is what I was doing. I was doing at least $3,000 per week. Go ahead and congratulate Maureen in the chat. Now, my goal for you today is to teach you how to turn 2 to 3 certifications into your own profitable medical courier lab business and scale it to over 100K plus per year without waiting a long wait time to see the results, without needing a lot of startup money, without even needing a medical degree. So that means you don't have to go to school to go be a nurse, to go be a doctor. And the greatest thing about it is that you can be able to land a contract only given 60 minutes or less a day to this. Only 60 minutes or less a day. And you will be able to see 100K plus per year typically. Now, the strategies and methods and techniques that you're about to discover are the exact same strategies and techniques that I have done in my business, as well as other individuals who have joined my mentorship. Now, Derek, I want to focus on just for a second the different types of contracts. So Derek focused on-demand contracts. I focused on-demand when I first got started. The reason being is because on-demand contracts allow you to be able to negotiate your contract. It also allows you to be able to, let's say you can't work that day. Let's say that you need to, like for me, I am still a serial entrepreneur. So I had other businesses that I'm running. I have an event space studio. So with an on-demand contract, it allowed me to still work in my business and then still have time to do medical courier if I wanted to. And so therefore, I went after on-demand contracts. Yes, you can go ahead and get contracts that is hourly. They'll pay you an hourly rate plus mileage reimbursement. Other times they'll do a split. They'll do a 70-30 split. They'll do a 60-40 split. You taking 60, you taking 70%. This is just different ways on how you can get paid. And so I like to be very transparent and tell everyone it's no right or wrong answer. It just depends on what is your schedule, what is the need, what you want out of the situation. So when I first got started, I just wanted to be able to make some money so I can invest in my current business. So how many people in the chat want on-demand contracts or just want an hourly based contract is because technically, with an on-demand contract, it's not like a 9 to 5. They're going to call you or you call them for the opportunity. Now, with that, you do need to have more than one contract because what if they don't call you this day and you're like, hey, I'm ready to work? So you want to make sure that you have more than one contract. That is my motto. I am very transparent. I do not make the money that I make just from one contract. And then as a bonus, if you stay to the end, I will be giving everyone a mini lead list. So you can go out there and start partnering with these companies and seeing actual results. So my medical courier contracting journey started in 2021. This is in the middle of the pandemic. This is me packing up. Hold on, let me do this. This is me packing up my car. They had green and blue bags. That is the premise of what we do. You pick up these green and blue bags, and then inside of there, it is these blood vials. The blood vials is going to go to other hospitals, other clinics in order to do the testing. So if you didn't know, if you go to the doctor or a clinic and you have to pull blood, 9 times out of 10, they are not testing it at that facility. So medical couriers and couriers are going to go to each location and then deliver them to the hospital that is going to do the testing. That's why I tell people it is very much so needed for medical couriers. I don't care if we're in a recession or if we're not in a recession. But me personally, I believe that medical courier or anything in the transportation industry, it is going to be recession proof because remember, I started this during the pandemic. And what a lot of people don't understand is that contracts, when I got my first medical courier contract, it literally saved my business. So if you did not know, I did just say that me and my husband have an event studio business. We got that business in 2021, the same year I started driving as a medical courier. Now, coincidentally, I only started driving as a medical courier in order to invest in my current business. I didn't need the money in order to pay bills, to pay rent necessarily. I needed piping and draping. I needed chairs. I needed tablecloths. I needed seat covers. I needed everything as far as these different items so individuals can be able to host their own events and I'll have everything that I need for them. Now, because I didn't have any business credit, I didn't have loans, I didn't have none of that. So this actually prompted me to get into the medical courier business and then be able to invest in my current business. How many people in the chat is going to be using their income to invest in a business or pay bills? Or let's say go on a vacation. What is your goal? Because my goal was just to help my current business. And believe it or not, when a lot of people was thinking like, why did you start a new business during the pandemic? I was like, well, this is where opportunity is. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure that I was not going in debt. So that is why I started driving as a medical courier. And I literally took the income that I was generating it and putting it into my present business. Alan says to pay bills and vacation. Dope, dope, dope. Who else? Who else in here? To quit what I've been doing in the medical field, Christina says. What else? What else? Marcus says both. Invest in both and other opportunities. So this is great. And then I also want to make it very clear, I have to make it very clear that this should be a stepping stone. When you get into the medical career and driving, it should be a stepping stone because it's not a matter of if, but when you get tired of driving. I've been driving since about 2017 because I started doing Uber and Lyft and DoorDash first before I started doing any type of medical courier. And from my experience, you're going to get tired. So I tell everyone, you want to make sure that this is a stepping stone to help you get to the next step, the next goal in your life. So, why should you start landing medical courier contracts? So right here I have a graph. In this graph, it shows you the growth of being a medical courier and the need. So we have 2023 all the way up to 2033. As you can see, it has 5.9. It represents in the billion. So 5.9 billion in 2023 is the need, is a market for medical couriers. And about time 2033 comes, we almost double. This is why I promote medical courier or anything in the medical industries because I was able to survive during the pandemic when people was getting laid off. I was getting hired. I was getting contracts. When individuals didn't know how they were going to pay their rent, I had no problems because I had income always coming in, and medical courier was just another one. Now, a lot of people don't understand is that medical courier is almost like an umbrella. There's several different items that you can deliver within the medical courier industry. So as you can see, this graph has several different colors, and they represent each of them up above them right here. So medical supplies is the dark blue. So medical supplies and lab specimens was the number two things that I was delivering. But it does not mean that if you're in a different area, you might land a contract and they want you to transfer x-rays. You could be transporting prescription drugs as well as blood and organ and medical notes. So don't feel like you only should be transporting lab specimens or medical supplies. It does not matter. My motto is as long as it's not food or people, because I've been there, done that. I don't want to do that no more. So I always tell everyone that everyone can get a contract. It does not matter. Everyone can get a contract in their car. Just like Tanya here. Tanya, she started off with her car. Then she was like, I'm not making enough, and she wanted to scale her business. And that is what she did. She invested in a cargo van, and she is making anywhere from 800 to $1,000 for one contract, just delivering locally in her area, which is Augusta, Georgia. Now, can I show you how I made my $100,000 with the medical courier contracts as a new business? Can I share with you? Let me make sure I'm up here. All right. So I have a three-step strategy in order to secure contracts, and I'm going to share it with you. The strategy um, that you're about to view requires you to be consistent. Like Michelle right here. Michelle, she had a stroke. She joined one of my challenges and she started to take action. Within 3 months, Michelle landed not one, not two, but over five contracts within 3 months. So you have to understand that everything that I'm going to share with you, you have to take action on it. You have to sit there and start applying and start putting yourself in position so these companies can reach out. So the first step you need to do is structure your business. Now, keep in mind, whether you want to start this in your car or if you want to start this as a business and you want to get contracts in your business name, it's going to be slightly two different avenues. So in the chat, if you want to start with your car, put car. If you want to start with your business, put business because it's going to be slightly different avenue. So with your car, right here with your car, we want to make sure the first thing we need to do to structure is we need to update our resume. Well, what does that look like? I do not want you to go out here and to create a brand new resume with um, job after job that shows medical courier experience. You don't have to do that. Excuse me, because I didn't do that. My past experience on my resume was office assistant, admin assistant. I was a clerical worker and so then I wanted to transition and then I started doing a warehouse. Then after warehouse work, because I did work at Amazon for a couple of years. And after that, that is when I started doing independent contracting, courier, and everything like that. So what I did is I updated the current job or the previous job. I do not go out here and go and redo the whole resume because it's not needed. You do not need experience in order to get a medical courier contract, but I highly suggest that you put experience on there just because there's a lot of individuals that want the same contract as you. So you want to make sure that you are qualified. So the first thing you need to do is update that resume. You can use Canva. And then you can also use Chat GPT in order to make sure that wording is there, that verbiage is there, because you want to make sure that that resume says exactly what these potential hiring managers is looking for when they want to hire medical couriers. Now, for the next thing that you need to get certified. Now, I understand that most people will go out there and get a bunch of certifications. Now, when I first started, I didn't get certifications. I actually started just applying. And then I ran into a couple of companies that actually paid me in order to get the certification. Yes, that's correct. The company paid me because I technically was hired under them. And the company I'm referring to is called Crosstown. And they hired me. And after they hired me, they was like, you got to get your certification and we'll give you the test. So I did the test and I got paid like $20 an hour to do it online for like a few hours. So all you need is your HIPAA and your bloodborne pathogen. For about 90% of all contracts, that's all you're going to need. Now, there is a small percentage that some contracts is going to require you to have a TWIC card, to have a TSA card. But I'm just here to tell you the only ones you should really focus on are these two, because I don't want you out here spending money before you start to make money. And on top of that, you'll spend money and then you won't even need that certification because I've just during my journey, I've never had a contract that required me to have a TWIC. They only required me to have a HIPAA and a bloodborne pathogen. So who in the chat is certified? Go ahead and put certified in the chat if you already have your bloodborne pathogen and your HIPAA certification. I want to know in the chat who is certified. Um, who is that? It's going so fast. All right, so we have Shay certified. Sean is certified. Terrence says I am. Corey got everything and Twick and the Twick. That's what's up. Who else? So how do I get certified? Marcus asks. So you want to go through sites like Red Cross, and I'll do you one better. If you stay to the end of the class, remind me, I will give you a certification list so you can know where to go get these certifications at. I have a checklist for you all. Now, the next strategy, now, mind you, we're talking about the car. We just finished that. Now, if you want to get contracts in your business name, you have to make sure that you set up that LLC. That's why I asked you all in the beginning. Now, do you have your LLC? Now, do you need an LLC in order to get contracts with your car? No, but I highly suggest it because there is companies out there that will still hire you, you using your social, your name. But then there's other companies that won't hire you unless you have your LLC. And even if you don't want to start the business, some companies will require that. So even if you want to get contracts with your car, it's still a highly suggested that you go ahead and get your LLC, your EIN, your business bank account, your business email, and all of that stuff because you want to make sure that you are contract ready. That is how you're able to qualify for 90% of all of these contracts in your business name is by getting yourself contract ready. All right, so step two is finding the contract. And keep in mind, we are focusing on two avenues in our car and in our business name. So the first one, you can find medical courier and courier contracts in your business name, just a lot of different areas. Know that when you go and focus on the business side, you have so much more opportunity versus just in your car. Because your car is still almost like you working for someone. In your business name, you're the boss. So in order to find these type of contracts, they are located, they can be private contracts. They could be government contracts, corporate contracts, state, city, and county contracts. This is where you're going to find these specific contracts at. Now, when we focus on our car, our car, you're going to be able to find contracts for your car on sites like Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter.com, CB Driver, the CLDA.org, as well as Craigslist. I have found a contract on not one, not two, but all of these sites, including Craigslist. I've landed at least two contracts on Craigslist, so do not sleep on Craigslist. So these are the list for your car. Can I get a van through my business? Yes, you can, Jasmine. So the next thing that is that when you are looking on these individual sites that you see right here, you need to make sure that you know your keywords. Your keywords like medical courier, independent contractor, 1099, driver delivery, car, van, whatever you have. If you have a pickup, put that in the search engine. You want to make sure that you have your keywords so you can identify where these contracts are. Now, in the chat, I want to do some live practices. Let's in the chat tell me your city and your state. In the chat, tell me your city in your state, and I want to start to do some live examples on how you're going to be searching. Let's move this down a little bit. All right, so who we have in the chat? Let's do. Let me go up. So many, so many. Let's do what? I'm trying not to do nothing in my area because I see some California. Let's do Virginia Beach, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Christina, I got you. So let's go ahead and put in Virginia Beach, VA. And we're going to do the first keyword, which is medical courier. And also, one tip I like to always tell everyone and search this is that you always want to open up your distance that you see right here to 100 miles. So right here, if we keep it at 35 miles, we have 50 opportunities under this keyword, right? And if we open it up to 100 miles, we go from 50 to over 100 opportunities. Now, I know some of you are probably like, I don't want to drive that much. You have to. We're driving. If you're like, I'm not trying to drive, then going and doing contracts with your car is not it. We have to drive. And then I also suggested is because with me, when I was doing Uber and Lyft and DoorDash, I had already known that the area that I stay in Riverside, California, and that's about an hour and a half away from Los Angeles. Now, because I had done Uber and all these other apps, I already knew the money wasn't in my area. I would often, not often, almost daily, if not at least on the weekend, I would travel to Los Angeles, to Orange County, to San Diego. That is where I was able to make my buck and make it faster. So I took that same type of information, excuse me, strategy, and I applied it to the medical courier. This is why I opened up the mileage to 100 because I was experiencing opportunities that was local, but they were paying like $15 an hour. And we're in Southern California. I can $15 an hour is not worth me starting up my car. So then once I said I was going to go further, then I started getting 20 plus dollars as an offer, mileage reimbursement, 50 to 60 cent per mile. And for me, that was way more better than staying local and not even staying busy because a lot of the stuff was part-time that was near me. So this is why I tell everyone open up to 100 miles. You know why? Because the more opportunity you have, the more you can pick and choose. If you only have a small bit of opportunity, you're going to be like, I don't want this. It doesn't pay right. But if you have more, then you could be like, bump that. I want that. I want that. And I don't want nothing else. This is why I tell you to open up those mouths. So we open up the mileage to at least 100. You're going to want to apply for everything. Now, assuming that you already have your resume, you will add your resume to Indeed. And then you want to apply for everything. The only thing you do not apply for is if they're telling you this is a UPS, this is a FedEx, this is Amazon Flex. I do not promote things that I don't want to do. So I do not like the package delivery, filling up my car or their car with 300 packages just to go start and stop and start my vehicle because I'm dropping off, trying to figure out what location you're at to drop this off. So that's the only thing that I stay away from. Other than that, I don't care if the pay is not right because one company I was able to get a nice amount of pay from eat daily was because I went ahead and applied. Like, for example, right here, you see $15 an hour. You might say, I don't want to do that. but still apply. Because for one, you can go in there and ask for more money, because I always ask for more money. And then for two, that might just be one type of contract. There is several type of contracts when you're getting hired with these companies. So don't sell yourself short by saying this does not pay enough. Just apply. And if it still doesn't work out later, then move on. But just apply. Now you want to go ahead and apply for everything on this page and then rinse and repeat and do each and every single page until you apply for everything. Now keep in mind, you do not move on to the next keyword until you apply for everything. So if this says 100 plus here on the medical courier, you best believe you need to apply for all 100. I don't expect you to do it in one day. You can chop it up, but you need to apply for everything. And with Indeed, it'll tell you right here, applied. So you know you're not applying more than once. Then once you're done, then you can move on to the next keyword and do the same thing. So remember, you got medical courier, you got courier, you got 1099, you got independent contractor, you got driver. These are keywords. And this is how I make sure I can land a contract really fast because it's all about your output. I'm always out here letting companies know that I am ready, I'm available, I'm hungry, I'm ready to go eat. Because you got to understand, these companies don't know that you have a car, that you want to do medical courier. You have to get in front of a lot of individuals because it is a numbers game, just like anything. If you want to see one or two contracts landed, you're going to have to apply for anywhere from 75 to 100 opportunities just to get that one or two. I know you're probably like, really? But yes, this is how I was able to land contracts in my first week of applying. So you want to make sure that you open up your mileage to 100, and then you want to start to what? Applying. You should be applying tonight. You should be applying, if not, I want to say tomorrow, but you have to be applying and taking the action, just like Randy. Randy is one of my best students. It's because he's landed multiple contracts already. He landed his first contract within a couple of weeks of joining the community. Go ahead and comment, I am next. Now, the next thing I want us to do or focus on is that how many should you be applying for per day? How many you should be applying for a day? My sweet spot is 25 to 40 a day. 25 to 40 positions a day. And remember, I told you, you only are dedicated 60 minutes a day. And I promise you, you are going to only spend about 15 to 20 minutes applying for 25 to 40 a day because it takes just a 30 seconds to a minute in order to apply on Indeed. Now, when I first got started, I was doing a strong 25 every single day. I was looking at opportunities in the morning and I was looking in the evening. Make sure that you turn on your notifications because when opportunities drop, they do not stay. I remember when I was first applying, I was sharing a lot of the opportunities with other individuals, like friends of mine, because we both came from door dashing and Ubering. And because it was a decline, the pandemic, that wasn't like popping anymore. So I would share, I'm applying for this. You should apply for that. And there was opportunities that I was giving them, and then when they went to go apply for them, they were like, "Oh, I don't see it no more." And I'll be like, "Well, how long did you wait? Did you do what I told you when I told you?" They're like, "No, I waited a couple of days." Well, that's the problem. It's gone. The opportunity is not there. So opportunities drop in the mornings and the afternoons, and then don't sleep on Sundays as well. Sundays and Mondays is when hiring managers is generally getting ready to call you back. So you should be applying for at least 25 every single day. Now, when I first started, I got my first contract within 7 days. And mind you, I was doing 25 every single day. I was like, if I double that, then I should be able to double my contracts. And that is exactly what I did. The following week, I landed twice as many contracts as I did the week before because I was applying for 40 to 50 a day. 40 to 50 a day. What is your goal? You should have a goal and you should not deter from it. Now, I will be giving you a lead list, a mini lead list at the end of the class with a list of other partners. So there is a thing to where you're going to be able to find medical courier and courier opportunities that you can apply for on Indeed. But then I'd like to be able to at least find opportunities that is not on there because there is opportunities that's not on Indeed. This is where I go to Google. This is where I go and find these partnerships. The partnerships already have the contracts. What they're looking for is you and I that have the vehicle that actually can go transport items from A to B or A to Z. So I'm going to give you a list of partnerships at the end as well. Now it's time for let's apply. So one of the leads that is on the lead list, we're going to apply in real time because I want you to do this right now. All right, so let's open up. And the first company is going to be called Medical Couriers. So everyone, we're not going to move on until everyone does this. You're going to go ahead and put Medical Couriers inside of Google. And we're going to skip all that sponsored stuff because all this is sponsored. You see sponsored. We're going to skip all that and then boom, Medical Couriers. Let's open up. Wifey says, I did then orange it. I did them. It's a wait list to be accepted. Wifey said, all right, great. Everyone who's done this, we're going to apply and then actually let's talk about it. When I am reaching out to companies, I am never, I'm never just going to apply and that's it. I will bug the heck out of you. You're going to remember me. You're going to give me a contract or you're just going to ignore me. Either one, I'm going to show up because remember, I need them to know that I'm hungry. So when I am applying for any company, I don't care if it's on Indeed or another site, I'm going to apply. Then I'm going to wait because then they have me on the wait list. Then I'm going to wait at least a week and then I'm going to call them. Then I'm going to email them. Then I'm going to wait another week and I'm going to rinse and repeat. I'm going to show up in front of you all the time because remember, if this company number one goal is to get contracts, that means you're going to get them often. That means you're going to need medical couriers. That means people might is going to quit. People going to get fired. So therefore, I like to always be first in line. Let them know who Leela Brown is and what I'm looking for. Like they know me. So I suggest that if you already applied, the next thing is you should be bugging them, calling them. But for everyone that has not applied, let's go ahead and click become a driver. Keep in mind, 9 times out of 10, the meta on the website to drive is usually at the top. And sometimes it's at the bottom in the footer down here. But as we can see, it's up here. It's going to take us no more than what, a few minutes, if that, probably less than that, 60 seconds. First name, last name, email address, your desired city. I can't see. Let me move this stuff around. Got too much on my screen. Your desired city. Then you choose the state. And then right here, this is usually where I either drop my certifications, what I'm certified, or I just drop my whole resume. Copy and paste it. Boom. Your expected pay, your phone number, your availability to start, any specialized skills. Tell you about your last job, and answer everything. Submit. It should literally take you no more than 60 seconds to apply, especially if you're doing it from, let's say, your laptop, and you know how it automatically generates or populate, I should say. It should populate already your information. Should I create an account first, right? For this, you can, but you should be able to just apply right now. You should be able to just apply right now on this page and put and press submit. When you have completed, I want you to go ahead and comment done. Go ahead and comment done. Fontel says, I did this one already. That's what's up. Wifey says, they have an app. Yes. And what I've noticed that a lot of companies have apps, but they don't show up like let's say on the app store like that. Even with Crosstown, I had to sign up with them. I had to get approved. And then after I did, then they let me on board on their app. And that is what I suggest for a lot of you all. If you're looking to get, an app, a lot of them requires you to apply on the company's site. And then from there, then they'll give you the app. Um, Sam says apply on what again? So this is one of the leads that are on my lead list. I have a mini lead list that I'm giving everyone at the end. It has about 20-ish partnering companies, and Medical Couriers is one of them. So I wanted you all to apply in real time right here and become a driver. LaShawn says, I tried Crosstown. They're not in Texas. Keep in mind, Crosstown has 3 websites. Crosstown has 3 websites. From my understanding, each site is going to be for every type of location or like in the area. So, for example, there's a Crosstown where I'm at, and they service the California area, the Vegas, the New Mexico area, and a couple of other states up north, like Washington State. And then they also have another crosstown, and they service more on the West Coast. And then excuse me, East Coast. I'm West Coast. And then there's another crosstown, and they're more central. So let me show you in real time. If I put in crosstown, here, let me let these people in. If I put in crosstown courier, the first crosstown is going to be called Go Crosstown. You see? That's the first one. Then you scroll down and we have crosstown couriers. That's the second one. That's a different one. Then the third one is going to be crosstown courier services. All 3. They're still crosstown, but it's for location purposes. So that one, they're all different. So I suggest that you check out the other 2. Okay, cool, LaShawn. What should we put for expected pay? What's a good amount? Michelle says, so I like anywhere from $1 to $2 per mile. That's what I like to generally gauge it. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to pay. So I would suggest just something in the middle. I would say $1.25 to $1.50 per mile. That's what I would put my expected pay. Okay, so one thing about this site is that they have opportunities all over the USA. So even if somebody in the chat says, "Oh, I applied and there's nothing in my area," still apply because you are potentially in another city, another state, and they may not have a wait list for there. But with Medical Couriers, this company, they have opportunity all over the USA. Okay, let's keep it going. Now, also, I wanted to keep in mind is that when you let's go back here. When you are on Indeed and you're putting in your keywords and you are opening your mileage to 100, you're going to apply for everything before you move on to the next keyword. And then you do it again for the next keyword. Apply for everything and you do it again. I need you to keep in mind everything that I tell you to do on one site, then you're going to move on to the next site. So you do not move on to the next site until you apply for everything on the previous site and all of its keywords. That's why sometimes people tell me I can't find a contract, and I'll be like, well, did you apply for everything on every single site? And they'll be like, no, that's the reason. Remember, it's a numbers game. So under medical couriers, let's just say on Indeed, there was 100. You should be applying for 100. Under courier, under that keyword, it might be 150. Then you should be applying for 150 over there, and so on and so forth. I just want you to understand, you do not just stick to one site. You do everything I'm telling you in my 3-step for each and every single site. And I promise you, once you get down to like right here or here, you should already get a contract. Honestly, once you get to here, you should already have a contract. Understood? Everybody get it? All right, so we have applied the next step, which is step 3. It is stacking. This is how we maximize our earning potential. is by stacking. Um, Leela, CLDA is a membership, $199 a year. Yeah, they always say that. And let me see. I always be able to backdoor it unless they changed. Let me move this stuff around. I don't want to join that. Okay, yeah, right here. So you need to go, you need to, because before it used to be right here, it says find a delivery partner, but they moved it. So you go right here, you go to find a delivery partner, you put your, open it up. I'll open up there. Let me just put California. And then this is the opportunities for California. Don't be paying these sites. For whatever they offer for 199, it don't include these delivery partners. We get that for the free. Okay, so let's keep it pushing. Let me move this around. And let me open this back up. And then let me get this chat back so I can see you. I need to get a bigger screen. I got way too much stuff going on. Okay, so let's stack. It's time to stack. And what is stacking? So when I was just talking about step two and getting contracts in you with your car, that is your main routes. That is going to be your main medical courier and courier routes. When I talk about stacking, you can stack your medical courier routes or your courier routes by adding more, but I'm also referring to apps. There's apps out there that you can add in addition to your main medical courier routes. So I was averaging 8,500 plus per month, and I had two main medical courier routes, and I had three apps. Now, mind you, the apps that I was referring to, I had Dispatch It, Roadie, and Rapidus. Those were the three that I had because I'm in California. And no, not all apps is everywhere. But these are some apps that I'm sharing with you that is pretty nationwide. You will have to apply online, which we're going to do. You will have to apply online. And then once you get approved, once you get hired on, then they'll give you an app, access to the app. You'll log in and then you'll be able to view it. So take a screenshot at this time, take a screenshot so you can be able to reach out to all of these companies tonight. Remember, what are you going to do? The first step is you're going to go on their site and you're going to apply. You're going to apply. Then you're going to wait 5 to 7 days. And then you're going to bug them by calling them and then emailing them. So let's apply with one of these apps right now. Let's apply with one of them. Let's do One Rail. Let's do the first one. One Rail. We're going to skip the sponsored and we're going to go straight into One Rail. Then right here at the top, become a courier partner. Now, keep in mind, One Rail is going to want you to have a little bit of your business together. So right here is, I want everyone go to the website, go to onerail.com, go ahead and click become a partner. And I want you to fill this out, especially everyone that says they got an LLC already. So you're gonna include your first name, last name, your company name, your title, that business email right there. That's given business. Phone number, DOT number. If you don't have it, put NA because I know they do have opportunities that are not a DOT needed. Insurance requirements, how your payment terms you want, headquarters, where you're located at, your available markets, and then what vehicles that you have. Everyone should be at least clicking sedan. Sedan, if you have more, if you have a van, you got an SUV, you have anything else, go ahead and put it in here so they can make sure that they're giving you opportunities that are not just for like one type of vehicle. Then we're going to do what? We're going to put any type of comments. What I normally do is I put my resume in there, or I'll put what certifications I might have, what qualifications I have. If you are wanting to bring on a fleet, meaning that yes, you can go ahead and have vehicles that you already purchased and then you're going to bring that over, or you can I actually do it another way, which is focus on getting the contract and then working with individuals who already have a vehicle and let them be your potential fleet without you having to invest in all that insurance, all the vehicle, all the responsibility. Nah, let's just focus on getting the contract. And then also, what One Rail is that they have opportunities all over the USA. That is why I gave you all this here, because most of these have nationwide opportunities. So it does not matter where you're at, you will find a lead no matter where you are at. So if you have go ahead and applied for One Rail, go ahead and comment done. Can I use a rental car? Yes. So I used a rental car when I first got started. I applied with my car that I already have. And then I turned around and I told them, hey, I need to get a rental car because my car is cool, but I share it with my husband. And I literally told him this. I was like, I share it with my husband. And we don't want to put all of this wear and tear and maintenance all on this one video. I mean, excuse me, this one vehicle. Is it okay if I use a rental car? I'm very transparent because you're not going to get me in a bad situation and now I get in a car accident and I don't have insurance on the vehicle that we talked about, like anything like that. So I like to always be transparent. And so then every single company that I did this with, they all said yes. They all said yes. But the one thing that they did say is that you do need to make sure that you have insurance on that rental. So what I did is I did not use the insurance that the rental car company. So I went through Hertz. I've been renting cars from Hertz even back when I was doing Uber since like 2017. So I did not go through the insurance that they give you. It's like 25, $30 a day. You're eating up into my profit. So I went and researched what insurance companies that will insure my personal vehicle, but then if I go get a rental car, that they will insure that vehicle. Well, I found out Geico does that. And I know that there's other companies that does that, but Geico does that. And Geico, the only stipulation that Geico has is that after 30 days, so on the 31st day, if you have a vehicle and you keep it for 31 days, it is now not insured. If you keep it for the 30 days, then you are insured. It is covered. So what I would do is I would hold my rental cars for the full month. I would first set up a reservation for 7 full days. So you want to do the full 7 days. Then after the 7 days, or on the 7th day, I'll call them and I'll renew it for another week with the same price that I had for that full week. And I keep doing that until I get to the fourth week. At the fourth week, then at the end, I return the vehicle and then I make a new reservation because remember, my Geico insurance does not cover if it goes past the 31 days. So you got to make sure that you're reading and making sure that you are um good because you don't want to be having a situation where something happens, a car accident. Excuse me, now you're paying out of pocket. But yes, you can use a rental car, and that is what I did. I use Hertz. I didn't use what's that other one? Enterprise. Enterprise is way too expensive. Don't use Enterprise. Budget, the quality is terrible. So I need you to start applying every single day because and even when you get an opportunity, even if you get an opportunity, I still want you to continue applying. Because there was plenty of times when I first was getting contracts, even though I got my first contract in the first 7 days, it wasn't good. It was terrible. I was just happy that I got a contract. I was like, all right, so this does work, but let me keep looking because I'm not working for $15 an hour, you know? So you always want to keep applying because why? Because that is where you make more money, but then you also can look at other opportunities and say, this one sucks, but this one is great. And this is what I teach my students. D here went from just one contract paying her $1,000 a week to three, and she's averaging $2,500 per week off of three contracts. This is why we stack. We want to make sure we stack. Just like Jason. Jason here said that he wanted to go after contracts that was not just medical, but then he also wanted to go after contracts that did deliver auto parts. Do not sleep on contracts like that as well. Because remember, you, as long as it's not food or people, you put it in the car. There is contracts with different auto parts dealerships. And then they using like AutoZone and all of these other type of companies in order to get these parts. You can be that person, that number one person that is picking up and delivering auto parts. So do not sleep on auto parts. We want medical courier, but the goal is for us to have more than one contract so we can be able to what? Make more money. Just like Jason. Comment I'm next. Okay. So how much do you want to make a month? How much do you want to make a month? Do you want to make an extra $3,000 a month? You want to make an extra $5,000 a month? You want to make an extra $8,000 a month? 10,000, heck, 15, 20,000. What is your goals? What is your goals every single month? I like to pose this question is because so many people will tell me that you can't make $10,000 with this, and I'll just be like, yes, you can. They'll be like, you capping. I'll be like, no, I'm not. Mind you, when I was doing medical courier full time driving, because I don't drive, not saying I don't never drive, because if an opportunity comes and it's better for me to drive, I'm just gonna go drive. But if not, I'm going to either have my husband do it or I'm going to hire someone else to do it. But you have to understand is that when you're making that type of money, you kind of don't know what is your daily goal. Some of us don't understand $10,000 or $8,500 a month that I was making. That's $100K a year right there. That's $100K a year, making $8,500 a month. Now, when it boils down to it, when you do 8,500 times 20 days, because you'll be potentially working 5 days per week, it comes down to like $300 to $400 a day. And mind you, I was pulling in $500 to $600 a day. Now, the reason why my math is a little bit off is because I was only working 3 weeks out of the month. The fourth week, I will always take off. And now, mind you, I had been doing this even when I was doing Uber. When I was doing Uber and Lyft, like when I'm committed, I'm going hard. When I'm out there driving, I'm driving anywhere from 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, sometimes 14 hours in one day. There was even times I would sleep in my car, take a quick nap, and then be like, all right, let's go back. Now, with that being said, is that it's a lot of time. Excuse me, a lot of wear and tear on your body. Forget the car, just you, your mindset. You ain't want to be driving all the time. So what I would do is I will go real hard, real heavy for 3 weeks. Sometimes I will work 5 to 7 days per week. But the fourth week, I would take it off. I have to rest. I have to regroup. So that is what I even did with the medical courier. Because mind you, I'm going into LA. I'm doing 8 to 12 to sometimes 14 hours in one day. So I will drive 3 weeks, making $500 to $600 per day. On the fourth week, I would take off. So if I was doing 4 weeks, I could easily clear $10,000 a month. But I was doing $8,500 a month working 3 weeks. So how much money you want to make in the chat? Andrea says 5K a month. Who else? Rico says 3 to 5K a month. Jasmine says 8K a month. Eric says 3 to 5K a month. Who else? Who else? Who else? LaShawn says 10K. I know a young man started 3 months ago, already making 20 to $23,000 a month. He's a hard worker, Ruby says. Yep. I bet you he just his whole life is the car though. This is why I tell everyone, this is a stepping stone. You know, when you drive in all of this, you cannot pass this down to your kids. You know, you're not building generational wealth driving in the car. This is why I want to really open up the doors for anyone that does not want to start the business side, where that you should start it. Even if you're not doing it right now, let that be your future, your near goals, is because it's not just when you get tired of driving. What about if you total your car? What about if your car just stopped working, excuse me, and it needs work to be done and you don't have it. You need to replace a transmission or whatnot. I say that because that is some real things that has happened to me. Because I that has happened to me. And now you're wondering how I'm gonna make money. But if you're just focusing only on going in the car, which is great. Anyone that wants that now money, needs that now money, this is great. But don't depend on it that you're going to be driving as a medical courier for the next 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years. Nah, nah. Because I'm telling you, you're going to be like, nah, I want to do this no more. So I want to share with you all that there is another option for you to be able to make more than that 8K a month, 10K a month, 15K per month. Heck, even making your 5 to 10K per month a lot easier. There's another option, and it requires you to get out of the car. And this is going after higher paying medical courier contracts, supply contracts with the government as well as private contracts. When I say private, I mean direct contracts. Then there's corporate contracts, but I am focusing biggest on government contracts. Now, I always tell people is that a lot of companies that we actually work for right now or in the past, they get government contracts. How many people in the chat know that Amazon gets government contracts? Facebook gets government contracts. Google gets government contracts. Like they all get contracts. Yep, you see so many people. Yep, yep, yep. So now it's time for you and I to get government contracts. If you did not know, those bigger companies, yes, they're going to get large contracts, but there is an area within the government that will give you that sets aside, I should say, 15 to about 20% of all its contracts has to go to small business owners. They have to go. So what does that mean for you and I? That means that when we get our business contract ready and we start to bid, there's certain contracts that we are going that's only going to go to us. They're not going to go to the big Amazons, the big Facebooks, none of that. But if we don't show up and get them, it will go to them. So you have to understand that a lot of the companies that we currently work for, they get government contracts. Now remember that company I told you I work for, Crosstown Courier, they get government contracts. The other reason why I suggested that you all reach out to Crosstown as well is because I know they pay good. When you have a government contract by their law, you cannot be out here charging, paying your drivers that little bitty money, that um um 50, $100 a day to do all day running. No, they're going to get dinged, they're going to get penalized, and they might even get their contract taken away. So off the back at times when I'm looking at a company and I'm looking at how much they're paying, automatically I'll be like, I know that's a government contract because they have to pay you a certain price. They can't go out here be paying you minimum wage. Nah, so Crosstown Courier gets government contracts. Let's look what they did at the top of the year. So January 2026, Crosstown Courier, right here you see their NACS code 492110. That's medical courier. They have a contract for $107,000. That's what they won. They won a contract for $107,000. Then a couple of weeks prior, they won another contract for $729,000, $729,000 money, right? But it does not stop there. That same exact month, they won a $240,000 contract. That same exact month, they won a $203,000 contract. This is why I tell everyone this is where we should be. We not should be in our car all the time. We should be putting on our business hats. Now we are getting contracts in our business name as a prime contractor, and now we can hire other people. We can create jobs in our cities, or in other people's cities, because the greatest thing about it is that once you get your business contract ready and let's just say you go on sam.gov, you now have an opportunity to get contracts all over the USA. You don't have to just say, I only want them just in my area. No, this is why I tell individuals that government contracts, every business should have a government contract. I don't expect you all to change your whole model to only service government contracts. No, all I'm saying is add one contract at least one quarter, one a quarter. How many people will be okay if they can add a $240,000 contract per quarter? Heck, for 1 year, let alone one quarter. So this is where you should be. This should be your next step. And it doesn't just stop there. This is contracts 94,000. This is for medical supplies. This right here 10,000 for medical supplies. And the greatest thing about it is that once you learn how to actually bid and deliver, you technically can go after so many more contracts, not just medical. Because I go after janitorial contracts, I go after office supply contracts. Right now on my list, new is real estate contracts. And the greatest thing about it is that when you get a lot of these government contracts, let's just say medical, for example, you have a contract for 1 to 5 years. 1 to 5 years. So there's no, oh, they may fire me. Oh, they may replace me. No, as long as you're doing your job right and you are fulfilling everything, you have that contract for the next 1 to 5 years. And when real estate is 5 to 20 years, that means I have a check coming in every month for the next 5 to 20 years. So that is on my bucket list. So I said it a few minutes ago. How are you going to qualify? You're going to qualify by getting your business contract ready. That is that LLC, that EIN number, that business bank account, that business email, that business phone number, all of that, all of that. And the reason why it's so important is because on the other side is one contracts. One of my best students, Christina, she went through one of my challenges because I do what it's called a 5 day challenge. In the 5 day challenge, I take you from how to get private contracts to government contracts to medical supply contracts to even building a medical digital business. But Christina, she took the 5 day challenge and she landed 49 government contracts within 3 months. Comment I'm next. Comment I'm next because you're going to be next to get that government contract. But it does start with you getting that business contract ready. Just like Denisha. She landed her first contract when she joined the community and took action. You have joined this class, and there's plenty of information that I dropped that you can take action. Don't be like others that don't take action on it because remember, opportunity is going to go. Contracts is going to leave. Once you fulfill them, they're going to go, a new one's going to come. So why not you get a piece of the pie? Just like Jim. Jim said he wanted to keep his full-time job. Jim does not want to quit, but he wanted to see if this is what he wanted and just try it out. He went from zero contracts to one contract only paying him $500 to $700 a week doing very three part-time days. So you have to understand no matter where you're at, I don't care if you want to be a beginner or advanced, you have to take action on everything. And it's not just action, you have to take massive action. Like Michelle, I tell people contract success is not luck. It's about taking the action. It's about applying for 20 to 30 contracts every single day. And that is how you're going to receive a 99 success rate and landing the contract that you have um, put on your goal list. Then we have Warren right here. Warren said he wanted to start off small. He got a couple of contracts. He partnered with T-Force, and now he is focusing on getting contracts with the USPS and his business name. Comment I am next. So let me ask you a question. Are you ready to hear how I can help you and a little bit more? I know we talked about a lot in this class today, but how to help you a little bit more. Go ahead and type yes in the chat if I have your permission. So you have two options. You can go ahead, take the 3-step strategies that I gave you under your belt and start to what? Implement, implement, and implement. Like I said, these are foundational strategies. You must make sure that you are business ready, contract ready. You have all your T's crossed and I's dotted. Or you can stick around a little bit longer and let me make your life a little bit easier. So can I show you the exact blueprint in my current business? And I want to show you how these other individuals that has came under me, how are they are winning. Um, I can't find the school link. Can someone help me? I got you. This is the free community. This is the free community. Go ahead and join. All right. So I want to show you how students like Michelle is winning. And it all boils down to joining what I have is called the Lab Academy. Now, I've been teaching, I've been giving everyone my experience, what I've been doing for the last almost 5 to 6 years. And I have came up with the Lab Academy, and I just put all of everything that's in here, I put it in one spot. I made it very easy. So this is a free community. Then I have a second community. This is called the Lab Academy 2.0. Inside the Lab Academy 2.0, you have several different courses. Inside of here, it's going to take you from beginner to advanced. It does not matter where you're at. The goal is for everyone that's starting off as a beginner to scale and go to advanced. So you can start to land these high paying medical courier, medical supplies, and government contracts. The best thing about the community is that you can take, let's just say you were like, hey, I actually want to get into going after contracts in my business. Now you can take the 5-day challenge. I have it here for you to be able to take action. You also have access to my lead list. So I'm giving everyone a mini lead list at the end. But you also, when you join, you have a 2,000 plus medical courier and courier lead list. You have additional leads that is more nationwide. You have organs, and then I segment them in every single state down here at the bottom, right there. So you have a lead list. I have several students who go find opportunities in their state, actually reach out to them, apply, call and email them, and has landed contracts. Basically, I'm finding the contracts on your behalf and I'm making sure that you're able to win easier. Then, when it comes time for you to build that business and you need your business branding kit, I have that as well. Inside of here, I teach you how to create your own capability statement. What is a capability statement? The capability statement is like the business resume. That is where you're going to give your contracting officer, your government contracting officer, when they ask for, your resume, they're basically asking for your capability statement. So I teach you how to create that. Also, I give you a proposal template. So anyone that wants to create their own bid, if you did not know, a lot of the service contracts, if not most, they require you to create a proposal along with the bid. Now, a lot of the companies that do win, they have proposal writers. So when AI came out, first of all, I was like, I don't have proposal writer money. Because remember, you can get someone to write your proposal, but doesn't mean you're going to win. So what I did was I created a chat GPT prompt and I used chat GPT and I give you the prompt as well. And you're going to use chat GPT in order for you to read and understand the solicitation, the contract, and as well as how to bid. You want to have that is because a lot of contracting officers will disqualify you because your presentation wasn't right. Even if your bid was the lowest bid and you technically won, your presentation is not correct. So I give you also the proposal template as well as the chat GPT prompt that goes along with it. Then you also be able to watch the replays because every other week I do Q&A calls right here. Our next Q&A call is tomorrow. This is where you bring your questions, you bring your contracts, you need assistance. I help you live. It does not matter where you're talking about beginner or advanced. You have so much more as well as inside of the classroom. I don't want to overwhelm you all because that is where people be like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, you just do one at a time, especially when it comes time to funding. How many people in here that knows that they have to fund their government contract, but they may not have the money or want to even use your money? This is where you start to improve your personal credit and grab that business funding. So then let's say you were to get your medical supply contract and you have to pay for the supplies in order to send to the government. This is where business funding comes in. So you are not using your own money. And then also we have a medical supply workshop. So everyone that wants to start doing what Christina did, which is the medical supply, because she won 49 contracts and they were medical supply contracts. That is this right here. That is this right here. Then I'm also adding other courses because I believe when you start to grow, you should be adding other services to your business. So, for example, I have added DNA testing. I've also added first aid training and CPR training. I've also added, well, I'm out on in the process of adding drug testing. Fingerprinting as well is something else that I've added. Now, I'm not saying medical courier, I'm not doing that anymore, but these are other services that I can add in order to maximize my earning potential. And that is what you should be doing as well. So I have a DNA training coming as well. Once you're in the community, you are locked in. You don't have to worry about paying more. No, when I add new courses, it's time for you to take action. That's right, Keith. Multiple streams. Because I also talk about how you start your own vending machine business. I did vending before I did medical courier. And then the best thing about the community, I have an affiliate program where you can earn while you learn. That means you can take heed of the information, take action, and if you want to refer it, you get up to 40% back when you refer individuals to the community. You start winning contracts, you be like, hey bro, hey sis, let me tell you about the community I'm in, and you can refer them and make your some money as well. That's not just contracts. That's not just contracts. So that is an overview of the school community. You are next. So the only thing that's standing in the way in your goals is the story that you keep telling yourself on why you can't achieve it. Like Mona. Mona took my 5-day challenge. By the 6th day, she landed her first contract. This is what you're going to get when you join the community as a bonus. So I did tell you about the secret lead list and partner and the biweekly coaching calls, but I also have an additional lead list for government contracts. For individuals that want to know what type of government contracts I should be bidding on, I include that as well. So yesterday I did a workshop. Where's the workshop that I did? Right here. I did a workshop, contracts and AI workshop. That workshop is now in the community. You do not have to pay for that again, but in there is government leads. I give you a leads on what type of government contracts you should be bidding on. And mind you, all the videos inside of here, especially this one, it helps you in order for you to bid and win on your own. But like I said, if you still need assistance, that is where you come to the bi-weekly coaching calls. So my community wins, like Jason. He's up to like 5 contracts right now. 5 contracts right now. You get all that and some. And today I'm giving it away for 50% off. So 50% off, I have a couple of different tiers. So for 50% off, if you get lifetime access, you will get it for $597 instead of the $1997. This is lifetime access. If you're like, okay, I'm not ready to do lifetime and I just want to do the yearly, that is $397. And for anyone that's like, all right, I can only commit a smaller portion, I suggest get in the room. That is only 97 and you lock in for 3 full months. The greatest thing about it is that when you purchase the 597, you can buy now and pay later. And as a bonus, for everyone who the first 3 who gets in the lifetime, I'm going to give you a one-on-one call with me that we can do either this week or next week, just depends on your schedule, because I have calls open tomorrow as well as Wednesday. The first 3 will get access to have a one-on-one call with me, and we will strategize exactly what you are wanting as a goal in your business. That is for the next 3 people. So remember, success starts here. It starts with you. Jason landed his first medical courier local company within the first month. Then we have Augustine. Augustine as well. He signed up and he landed his first contract within the first month. Now you're probably thinking, I could find this info online, Leela. Contracts are not for people like me. I don't have the time to commit. I can afford another program. What if it does not work for me? So this is my promise to you. My promise that inside this community, you will get the clear step-by-step roadmap, real contracting opportunities that fits you, time-saving tools and templates, and the support to stay on track so you can confidently unlock contracts, business funding, and credit without wasting time, money, and energy guessing if it will work. So who is ready to take action? Go ahead and comment action. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to drop in the chat. I'm going to drop in the chat access for you to be able to join. Remember, when you join, here I'm gonna share my screen. When you join, when you click here, you have access to buy now and pay later. That means you have Klarna, you have Afterpay, and then you have a couple of more down here once you click more payment options. You have four for you to be able to take action today and start your medical courier or government contracting journey. And then keep in mind also, when you join the 97, 3 months, after the 3 months, you can cancel. You can cancel or you can stay on board for just $33 a month. It is up to you. So at this time, while you are locking in your seat, I want to take the time to answer questions. Do you have any questions at this time? Do you have any questions at this time? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I know there were some questions that I did not get to answer that I seen when I was presenting. I want to take this time for to answer any questions. Do you have any questions? Any questions at this time? Raleigh says, I have the 397 package. Yes, sir, you do. Raleigh is already inside the community and he still comes to these free classes because he said, I want all of the information. I want it all. He does not stop. He want the free class, he want the paid class, and I love it. He's consuming. Raleigh says, can I upgrade? Yes, you can upgrade. If you want to upgrade, if you are already inside the community, and you're already inside the community and you want to go from yearly to lifetime, you can do that. Just email me. Email me at info@labgroupinc so I can send you a different link. So it could be the difference of what you paid. So you can be able to be one of the three so you can get on that strategy call with me. Remember, if you go lifetime, then you get a one-on-one call. And remember, this is for the first three people. Is it possible to land in my location? Yes. I have searched endlessly for years and reaching out to other successful couriers asking this question, Amy says. Yes, most definitely you can find contracts in your area, in your location. Now, I will say if you want a bigger pool of opportunities, then I suggest that you create the business side. Because when you create the business side, you can go after contracts on a federal level, which is sam.gov. You can go after contracts that's locally in your state. You can go after contracts that is in your city as well as your county. That is why I tell everyone, if you remove yourself out of the car, not to say you still can't get contracts in your car, yes, but once you remove yourself out of the car and put on your business hat, now you get so much more opportunities out there. Amy says, I got the business. That's what I'm talking about. Then once you got the business, now it's just time for you to register yourself with these companies. And when I say companies, I mean, I'm talking about these bidding sites. There's sam.gov, there's gpo.gov, there's Unison Marketplace, then there's their state, your city, your county, then there's fedconnect.gov. These are all government-based sites. So you can be able to start to bid. You have to get on the sites first, get registered, and then you bid. How do I do business under my cleaning LLC? Market says. So if you already have your so let me go ahead and go to my get contract ready checklist. So so I tell everyone there's a specific checklist in order to get your business contract ready. And I just wanted to go over it real fast, real quick, so you can understand and make sure that you have all the criteria. So for one, you need your business name. You need an LLC. That's this right here. You need your EIN. You don't need a DUNS number in order to register for these government sites. It's just highly suggested that you get the DUNS number so we can build business credit. This is more for building business credit. Then once you have your NAICS code, you can look it up here. You want to make sure that you do not have your business address that is associated with a virtual address or a PO box. That is not going to get you registered for these sites. So you want to make sure that you're using either a home address or you're paying for a location, like a brick and mortar location. So what I did, and this is to answer your question, Marcus, what I did was when I first started, I technically didn't have a medical courier business. I did not have one. What I had was a vet space studio business. I used that business in order to register on SAM and all the other sites. Then once I registered, then I turned around and started bidding on these individual contracts. The greatest thing about it is that when you register your business with, let's say, sam.gov, because there's a bunch of different sites out there, but once you register on sam.gov, you now have opportunities that are not just medical courier, that are not just courier. It's everything. So therefore, right now, one of my businesses is registered with sam.gov as an event space studio. But it doesn't mean I'm not going after other contracts. But for you, Marcus, that means you can go out there and use whatever you already have. Get registered with sam.gov. That means right here, get registered for sam.gov, which is get started, and then use the information from your current cleaning business. Let's say in a couple of years, you start winning aggressively with medical courier and courier contracts, or even a year. And you're like, all right, now it's time to create another LLC so you can put all of that business under all those contracts under that business. Yes, you can do that. But if you, for anyone that already has a current LLC, I don't care if it don't say medical courier, if it's not medical courier, go ahead and register. Register. You welcome, Mark. You welcome, Mark. So you should make sure that you have your business contract ready. Oh, let me just go ahead and finish this. So you need your business phone number, business email address. You need to make sure that you answer these two questions. And this is just information about your business. When was it established? How much money revenue has made annually? You just answering these questions because when you get down to here, which is sam.gov, they're going to require you to have all of this information. And then that's how you're going to submit. And also you get in a business bank account. So I can register with my home address. Yes, I highly suggest that you do a home address over you going out there and spending money on a brick and mortar location. And you know why? It's because I don't want you to spend money until you start to make money. You welcome, Marcus. Um, what else? Oh yeah, and the next thing is when you register your business on sam.gov, when you register your business on sam.gov, you're going to be waiting for two numbers, a UEI number and a cage code. Two numbers, UEI number and a cage code. Once you get your cage code, that is when you can register for the next site, which is Dibs. So if you didn't know, SAM is both service and products, service and supplies. They have both. Dibs is only product. It's only product. When the thing is that with Dibs, in order for you to register for Dibs, you must have is SAM is the prerequisite. So if you have a cage code, that is when you can register for Dibs. Now, I want you to take it a step further and also register for your at least your state. Now, why you're asking that is because anything can happen. You can get locked out of a system. They can ban you. They can take it away. Why? Because it has happened to me, all of it. So what do? I do is get on other sites. So if anything happens, you're always going to have an opportunity to bid on contracts. You never want to just rely on one. So I say register for your state. Well, how do you find your state location? You're going to go to Google. You're going to go to Google and you're going to put in your state plus the word bids behind it. So if you're in California, it'll be California bids. If you are in Texas, it'll be Texas bids. If you're in Florida, it'll be Florida bids. So if I go California bids, now I know that, is this the one? No, this one. I know this one is the correct one. And it happens. You have to make sure, you have to look through it. And so what I'm doing right now is this is the state of California. I go to Cal E per procure, and then from there in the right hand corner, I can barely see it, says log in and register. Right there. This is where you register your business. A lot of these government sites take forever to load. So don't think it's just you. Like this right here is taking forever to load. But nonetheless, this is how you're going to register for your state. You're going to put the word state, excuse me, your state, and then the word bids. And that is where you're going to be able to find the sites, which is essentially the procurement sites, where it has these bids that are on the state level. Now, mind you, if you do this on a city and a county level, you won't see as much. So, like, for example, this is not working right. Usually it's about 3 to 4, maybe 500 opportunities that's always in my state level. But if I go look at my city level in the city of Riverside, I might only see five. So I would say stay away from any type of site that only has a few opportunities. You want more, so therefore you can pick and choose. If I only have five, I'm not wasting my time to register, especially if it's tedious and takes time. I'm not doing that. So this is why I say you should at least do your state. At least look at your state. Here, let me exit this out. All right, so you want to at least do at your state level. So the goal is to go sam.gov. Then you're going to have to wait for dibs, and then you can automatically jump to 13, which is register for your state. Because then at the end, you should have one, two, and then three. That means three different areas that you can go ahead and bid on. What site can I get my certification for a medical courier? All right, I'm getting ready to drop that just shortly. In 1 second. Will your course show you how to go from EIN to LLC? Essentially, this is the checklist that I want you all to follow. If you need more, I guess more mentorship to say, oh, I need something specific, then you will have to jump on the calls with me and then we can unpack that. But essentially, the Get Contract Ready checklist is all you need in order to set up your business. And then I have links here for you to be able to find these individual items for your business and you can do it yourself. Mind you, I didn't pay anyone. I mean, I have paid in my recent, time right now, but when I first got started, I was I was broke. I don't like saying things that it doesn't align with me, but at that time, I was struggling and I had to create everything myself. So that is how I learned how to create my own LLCs, how to create my own websites because I was like, "Ooh, I don't have the money to do this, so let me learn how." And then practice makes perfect. Now, the last couple of S corps that I created, yeah, I paid somebody. I was like, I'm not doing that no more. But I did know how to do it, and essentially that is this checklist. Um, Leah says, "Thank you. You answered one of my questions. You're welcome. Any other questions before we get out of here?" So my biggest holdup is my credit. Does your program charge extra to get help getting our credit right? No, no. Only thing I'm going to charge extra is if you want to graduate from this program and you want to have it to where I work with you directly, to where it is basically um, I bid on your behalf while you are still learning the business. I bid on your behalf. I train a VA. So even in here, I show you how to get a VA so you can, right here, so you can be able to start to be able to get contracts and bid, but they do the market research. So I show you how to do that. And then along with the credit, I'm sharing with you what you need to be done and what needs to be done for business funding. The only other time I'm going to charge you more, charge you something different is if you were like, no, I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna charge you. But if you're in this community, and I start to add other things in here, you don't have to pay it again. That's my goal with creating this community because a lot of people have wanted more from me, and in order for me to do that, I just put it in one spot. Congratulations, Jay Anderson. Welcome to the community. Which one is better, LLC or S corp? LaShawn asks. So that is going to be based on the individual. For me, because I have to make that disclaimer, I'm not a tax professional. But I started off with LLCs first. So I had two LLCs. Then once I realized that being a business owner, there's more opportunity, especially as a business. Then I went S corp. So then I created two more S corp. So I have two LLCs and two S corp. So I have four altogether. I'm not creating no more, because they cost money. But also the new businesses that I am looking into creating, I'm putting them under the current LLC or S corps as DBAs, which is doing business as. So instead of me creating more LLCs, because I have a couple more businesses under my belt that I'm about to drop, I'm not going to create another LLC because the LLC costs moolah and the S corp costs money. I'm talking about to the state, like they be wanting their money, and it's fine. But I want to make sure that the business starts to make money and can grow on its own. So I just said I'm taking my current LLCs and S corps and putting DBAs under it. If I had to redo them again, I would only get S corps. That's just me. That's just me. Hi, Jamie. Oh, it's you, Jamie. Got you. Let me add you to the community. Give me 1 second. Let's move this over. Okay, Jamie, there, look for an email. It should be an email that come to you. And inside that email, you will be able to sign up. Once you sign up, make a password, put your email address in, then it'll put you in this community. As soon as you're in here, let me know because I need to change your status to VIP so you can be able to have the rest of this unlocked. All this will be locked when you come in, but let me know when you're in so I can change your status. Shay says I'm setting up my payment. I only see card, PayPal, and Cash App. Are you referring to the 397? Because if you're referring to the 397, it doesn't have it. But let me give you this link, which allows you, which allows you to have the Afterpay, Klarna, Zip, and the other ones. So that's for the year, because I'm assuming you're talking about that. Ruby says, Leela, I want to sign up, but I want my son to have access since he will be doing most of the work. Should I sign up with his name instead? Nope, Ruby, sign up with your name, and then once you're in here, I'll put you in there, and then you give me an email for your son, and I'll put him in. so you can both be inside the community. Um, it shows my request shows pending. What are you talking about? Are you talking about your payment? Is that what you're talking about? Welcome to the community, Karen. Hi, Karen. Welcome to the community. Let me get you in here. You're welcome. So I just sent you an email. Please check your email. Karen, please check your email, and in there you can sign up inside the Lab Academy, and then let me know when you're in. Jamie's in. Okay, cool. Let me just change. Oh, it did it on its own. You're good. AO Karen, yes, Leah. Got you. You're in there. Okay, let me go back to the chat because I see a couple more people. Okay, you welcome. You welcome. Thank you for being transparent. Your webinar is the best I've seen yet because it skips the gimmicks and gets straight to the point. Leah says, "You're so welcome." I try to teach it how I like to learn. I done been in too many different other classes before I start doing this. Heck, I even go to other people's classes now, and sometimes I'll be like on point, and other times I'll be like, "Oh my God, child, get to it." It is an hour and we ain't even learned nothing. I try to make sure that I present how I like to learn. Cause I'll be like, give it to me. And then sometimes I have to stop doing that because I'll be like, man, I'm giving people way too much information and now they feel overwhelmed. So I had to cut back because that's how I like. I'll be like, just give it all to me and then I'll figure it out later. And then I noticed that some people was just like, they're not moving. The needle's not moving. They're confused. So I tried to hold back, but then I tried to be very transparent and direct. This is what you need to do. No ifs, ands, or buts. Um, okay, I already answered that. The free community is good for beginners with no knowledge of the business. Yes, Michaela. The free community, oh, all these requests. Oops, I didn't even see these. They probably wanted to join the class today. Um, Give me 1 second. Ooh, child. I can't click a admit all. Okay. So this is a free community. So the free community, it gives you access to this class. And then you can be able to rewatch it here. Then it also gives you that get contract ready because remember, I don't want y'all to stay in the car. So I'm actually telling you this is what the next step. This is that get contract checklist that we just went over. I want y'all to have access to it so you can start. Um and then I'm sorry, this is where the class is and this is where the replay is. And then that mini lead list that I'm about to give y'all that sits here. And then for anyone that wants to update their resume and need a template, I put that in here. And then that certification checklist, remember that certification checklist I told y'all? It sits right in here as well. This is where you go to go get your certification for your HIPAA. You're gonna go do HIPAA training, and then you're gonna go do this HIPAA exam. And so basically, I put the link. I made it to where it's so easy. If you need that bloodborne pathogen, you're going to go to Red Cross American Heart Association. And then if you wanted other certifications, I put them here as well. But it is basically for beginners that wants to start to make money with their car. And then it also gets them ready to start the business side, which is getting that contract ready. Get that business contract ready. So if anyone that you know that could be a benefit to this, share the school community and have them come in here and start to take action. My only payment that I require in the free community is for you to take action and you to share when you want a contract. I want to know so I can promote you. I'd be like, yep, they did that. Okay, congratulations. I can't see the name. Give me 1 second. I can't see the name. Let's go to the dashboard. Raleigh, if you're still in here, I haven't forgot about you. Um, yeah, I haven't forgot about you. Is it Latricia? Welcome to the community. Let me X this out. Okay. Go ahead and check out your email and then you can sign up. You can sign up. So you said, Sean says, which plan includes a business, fund and fix your credit? So let me show you this. So every plan has everything included in the community. The only difference, so the one that you're saying, the business funding and fix your credit, that's in all three plans. The only thing that's not included in all three plans is the replay for this one, the 97 for the 5 day challenge. That's the only thing that is not you don't have access to, which is that. But if you were to get the 397, 597, or even 97, and you want to get the credit and all that other stuff, yeah, that's included. It doesn't matter. I make sure that every level, for the most part, 90% or 95%, you join, you get access to all of the information in the classroom. The only difference between the three tiers is if you want to pay one time or if you want to pay monthly. That's the biggest thing. That's the only thing. And then here you just get the best rate is because you get lifetime access inside the community for 50% off. But yes, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome. So what's the free community website? Okay, I got you. So let me I'm gonna put the Lab Academy in here and then I'll attach the free one as well. Everyone in the room should be in the free one just so you can be able to watch the replays and get the resources and everything. All right. So right there, that one right there, that's the free community. Here, I'm gonna do it again. Put free community. Raleigh, when you do pay, I'll honor the one-on-one, even if you're not in the top three. I got you. I got you. So you're in Raleigh. Can you confirm you're right here? Can you confirm you're right there? Yes. Okay. Yes, sir. I got you. All right. Give me 1 second. Mm. Any other questions? Any other questions? Let me see. Let me see. Excuse me. Let's edit this. Can I edit it? No, I can't edit it. I'm gonna have to do this later. So the lab 2.0 opens once paid, right? Yes, but let me know once you're in, because depending on what ticket that you get, um, It depends on what ticket that you get, and I have to open it up for you. So let me see who else has got it in. Ruby, I'm going to change you to premium. All right, Ruby, you should be in there now. You should be good. And then Evan, I'm doing the same thing to you. And then, wait a second. I don't think that's right. I think I did that wrong. Wait, I'm tripping. I'm in the wrong one. Ruby, you were talking about the free community or the paid community? Because if you're talking about the free community, it should be open right now. If the free community, you should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 open. Those are the ones that's open. Those are the ones that's open. And then I already made y'all cool. Okay, Ruby, you said you're in, you're paid. Okay, let me grab you. Let me grab your email. Transactions. Ruby, I got you. Let me grab you right now. Okay, can you check your email, Ruby? And so you'll be in two communities. You're going to be in the lab community, which is the free one, and then you'll be in the paid one. And then once you're in, Marcus says, I can't find the class in the free group. So weekly replays, you see right here? It's right there. So the free community, weekly replays. This one right here, it just gives you information on how to join today's class. But the replay is right here. I create an account for the free one, but I can't sign in. Randa says. Okay, so if you're already in there and I populated you, go right here and then hit Lab Academy. It should show up already. If it's not, let me know. And we'll troubleshoot it before I get off. I'm not getting off until we do that. Keith says the 2.0 has this plus all of your other courses as well. So yes, the 2.0, it has, I have a Courier Games challenge also. In the Courier Games challenge, it's a 7-day challenge, and basically at the end of the month, everyone who landed a contract, I put them in a raffle to win $100 gas card. So that's that. This is a basic training. This is the lead list. That's the branding kit. What else? The medical courier, the challenge, the credit and the business funding, the contracts and AI workshop that was yesterday. This is government contracting for beginners. This is medical supply. This is virtual assistant. This is writing your own proposals, how to get free money, which is the grants, vending, and then also I have leaderboards. So that means when you move up a level, you get to unlock other things that I give you all for free. And so in order to unlock, you will go to the community tab. You would like other people's posts. You would comment. Um, you would comment and like, and that's how you move up in the leaderboards. And so any other classes that I create and I do, they'll populate in here. So yesterday I did a contracts and AI workshop. I gave the community access to it for free. I'll be doing a DNA class as well as a first aid training and soon, like in the next, I want to say 30 days, max 60 days, because I'm still finalizing some stuff in my own business. And then I will have it in here and it'll just be part of whoever's already in the community. It won't be an extra charge. You're welcome. Thank you for everything. I will keep in touch following the free community tonight. Have to get my son ready for school. Thank you. You're so welcome, Amika. Thank you for joining and staying with me. This is 2 hours. We're about to get off. Um, I signed up, but I don't see an email. Shay says, give me 1 second. Let me see. Um, if I where we're at right here. Can you put your email in the chat for me, please? Is it Shay? She said I use my government name. Since I already know, I feel it. I say Leela, but that Leela is not my government name. It's Kalila. But people be over here messing it up, so it's Leela. Latrice, okay, let me look for you using that email. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, I'm gonna resend it again. Latrice, Latricia, I'm sorry. Um, can you go to your Gmail or your email? Yeah, or no, it's mail, wherever your inbox is, and then go ahead and put in the search school, SKOOL, or put Lab Academy. And because sometimes the email will be in spam or in promotional folder. Shay is good. I got you. My cousin name is Shay for sure. So I love what you're selling. Afterpay said I had too many orders. Girl, you over here. Afterpay, Afterpay. I've been there. That's why I put more than one, just in case other people has been using, the same thing for other purchases. You got it, or you saying got it? Sean says, I hope to catch you again. I hope to hear from you soon. You're following the school community. Let's take action. And then send me a message once you win your first contract. Send me a message. Shay says, I have the email. Whoop whoop. That's what's up. Okay, sign in. And then if you already have a school community, once you create your password, make sure it's the same password you use in order to log into the first community, and then you'll be able to see it here. Cause see, I'm in other people's communities too, and they all sit here. You don't need a separate one for each and every single community. Dope, dope, dope. You got it, you got it. Any other questions? April says, God bless you, Lila. Thank you so much, April. Um, Amika's gone. Ruby says, where do I send my son's name to be able to view? Put the email in here, please. Put his email in the chat, and then I'll add him right now. Oops, not to this community. All these communities looking alike. Um, what else? Okay, let me go back to the bottom. Um, okay, so Ruby, I'm waiting for you. Okay, got you. And then Randa, what is this email for? Is this to add, like, can you give me a little more information? Because I see your email. Okay. Oh my bad, Randa. Sorry. You said, can you send the link to join? Are you talking about the free community or paid community? Yeah, which one are we talking about? I have way too much stuff on my screen. I can't see nothing. Okay. Okay. What were you saying? Let me see. Can I send you the link to join? I'm just gonna send you both. Link. Community. Okay, let me do this. All right, that's that one. Academy 2.0. Okay. Randa, I just sent it to you. Okay, so if you want to join for the free, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for you, Joe. So I'll put the link in the chat and you could just go ahead and sign up. And then once you're in here, you go to the classroom section. You can go right here to rewatch it in full, or you can come back next Sunday if you want to watch it live. And so therefore I can answer any questions you may have. But the choice is yours. Um, I got you, Shay. Please add me to the 2.0. I register. Okay, give me 1 second. I got you, Shay. Okay, you're in here. You're premium. Let me just make sure premium can see what they supposed to see. Yep, you're premium. You can see everything. Now, if it's unlocked, if it's locked, I mean, that just means that you have to comment in the community section, which unlocks these leaderboards. So that's the only thing. If you're premium or VIP, it will be some stuff locked. And that's because the incentive to comment is there. But everything else is open. Everything else is open. I promise you. Okay. I got you, Shay. And Keisha says, I want to join the class. Are you talking about the free one? The free one? The free community? I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. Okay, that's the free community in the chat. Um, yeah, I gotta open it. Okay, anyone who just joined, I just accepted you. That was an older post, all is well. Oh, got you, Shay. Got you, Shay. Raleigh says, don't forget the lead list. Hi, I just joined. Um, so the lead list, the in the class mini lead list, I'm gonna drop it, but just note that it's already inside of the classroom of the free community. So basically, the other reason why I made a free community because so many people would join my classes and then I'll send them the replay and they'll be like, I didn't get it. I'll send them the lead list, they'll be like, I didn't get it. And so what I did was I put everyone in a free community where you can watch the replays because like the emails was going to spam and I didn't have anything to do with that. So I said free community so you can watch it live and then also watch the replays. And then the Courier's resources has that mini lead list at the bottom right there. That's it right here. And then it also has and I didn't talk about this in class, is that resume template so you can edit your own resume, and then the certification checklist so you can be able to get certified. Keisha said it's not letting me join. Um, what is it saying? Because it should have let you. It's free. I don't ask for anything, no payment or nothing. It says you need a password. Then you should be creating your password. Yeah, you should be creating your password. It says admin reviewing request. Let me redo this. Can you give me your email? Can you put it in the chat? It asks for a code. Is too many people joining? Here, I'm gonna manually pop you in here. Okay. Check your email, Keisha, and then you should be able to sign in and register. You too, Myra. I just sent it. Excuse me. Okay. What's the list? Which list is the partner lead list? Well, go to classroom, go to Courier resources, and then right here. Here, I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Keep in mind, Raleigh, you got the best lead list. So this is the lead list. So this is the mini lead list I'm putting in the chat. But just know, Raleigh, because you're in the Lab Academy 2.0 already, and you go to classroom, this lead list is 2,000 plus. So just know, excuse me, you want this lead list for you because you got more opportunities. And at the bottom as well. I mean, you can still use the lead list that I put in the chat, but know that there's a bigger one right there. Okay, did everyone get in? Is there any questions? I'm in now, thanks. You're so welcome. Awesome. Any other questions? Now I'm gonna take this time to work on in the background. Raleigh, I'm gonna send that to you. Just give me 1 second. All right, let me create this. This is great. Um, um, to annually to lifetime. Markel, are you in here? Keisha said it's still asking for a password. Can you screenshot and show me what you're looking at and send it to my email info at Lab Group Inc. I'm about to put it in the chat right now. Because I just need to see what you're looking at, so I know how to troubleshoot it. Because you should be able to Wait, before you do that, Keisha, you must already have a school. Do you already have a school? Um, yeah, do you already have a school account? Oh, you don't? Okay. Can you go ahead and screenshot? Let me see it and then send me an email. Thank you so much. And then Raleigh, I'm sorry. Okay, I just sent you the link, a private message. And then once you've upgraded, let me know. And then I'm gonna send you another email or an email for you to book your call with me. Okay, everyone else, are we good? Do you have any other questions? Mhm. That's weird. I've never had it ask for a verification. Let me see if I can find one. I just got your email. Oh, it's in a private message here. I'm gonna just email it to you. Okay, I just emailed it to you. Um, for you, Keisha, I'm gonna revoke it and then I'm gonna do it again. Okay, try again. And also, are you on your phone? Make sure that you're on your phone doing this. Because sometimes it acts a little weird if you're on a laptop or iPad. So make sure you're on your phone. And then I got your YouTube. That's the free community in the chat. All right, I got you, YouTube. That's a free community in the chat. Um, Let me look for you, Rhonda. Can you give me your email again, Rhonda? You're talking about for the free community, right? Yeah, send me your email, please. And then Keisha, see if it works now that I revoked it and then resent it. It worked? You're saying yes, it worked? Or you just like, yes, okay, I'm gonna do that. Oh, okay, my bad. I was getting all excited. I was like, woo, woo, we did it. Okay, Rhonda, I just sent it to you again. Welcome to the community, Keith. Okay. Hopefully it works right. Sometimes Yahoo be tripping too. And sometimes I have to tell people, whoop whoop. Yes, yes, yes. Keep in mind, Keith, um, the because you made the purchase through the academy inside of here. Slightly a couple of things that are different that are in here that what I'm offering over here. So when you paid the 33 over here, the only thing that you don't, here, let me show you. Okay, so the only thing that you don't get access to with the 33 a month, because that's the one you just paid, is that we have premium, so you don't get any of this. But if you would have went through the 97 that I had, then you would get access to all of that, and then you also would get access to the calls. So just keeping that in mind. If you're like, what? When you grab when you grab it off of here, it's not as many perks. That is if you grabbed it live with me. Just wanted to let you know. Yeah, I was asking for the link. Yes, if you want to upgrade, I can cancel the other one. So basically, when I'm live, I try to give people extra that they wouldn't normally get. So when I'm live, I always give either something for free, I always discount something, I give you extra stuff. So that's why when you purchase through the live with me, you get extra stuff. If you just go ahead and go on my school community and purchase, you just get whatever that's on there. Keisha says, how much is the class? This class is free. So what you were trying to get in is in the free community, which I don't understand why it's not working because it's free. Thank you for all the information you provided. I have the LLC, EIN, and my certification, Bloodborne, HIPAA. I appreciate you and what you're doing. I'm a retired veteran trying to get back to work. I'm going to sign up. Thank you so much, Alan, for your feedback. And let's get it. You have everything. Now it's just time to register on these sites so you can start bidding. You can start bidding. Oh, Fred says, when I go to the free one, Dayron is coming up. Okay. Keisha, did it work? Did it work? It says you're still here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the only other thing that I know would for sure work is if you have a Gmail account. So sometimes, I don't know why, when people give me Yahoo, it just does not work right. So if you give me a Yahoo, I got you. You have a I mean not a Yahoo, a Gmail. LaShawn said, this was a great class. You're the best. Thank you so much, LaShawn. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing everyone's success. Ooh, whoop whoop. All right, so let's see. Let's do this one. Okay. Go ahead, Keisha. It should work now. Okay, Raleigh, I got you. Give me 1 second. All right, copy this. Okay, I just sent you an email, Raleigh, so you can book your one-on-one strategy call. Thank you so much. Thank you for upgrading. Let me know if all is good. Everyone else got in? It's going to charge me the 97 plus what I just paid. Keith said. Um, no, I plan to cancel it and then so basically how I offer it in class is 97 for 3 months.